But the laning stage can go really poorly for a Terrorblade versus Viper. You have incredibly low HP, and Viper does a lot of magic damage. But TB's not too sad about that. He can go jungle, so they don't really care that much about trying to win the lane. It is a Viper after all, and they're willing to sack that lane and just hit up the jungle, looks like.
Okay.
Yep, so basically the Terrorblade's an investment.
Investment into the future.
Yeah,
All the eggs
as
in
it
one
always
basket.
is.
Anything you want to add on top of that one? Cheap about the TB or the Morana?
Not really. I mean, it's just nice.
Yeah.
Like, I think yeah, no, it's just nice. I think they are lacking like teamfight really hard on Runeers only, which would be nice to like be fixed in their last pick, and that's it. Parni just need more damage. I hate that. God, Jesus Christ.
I mean,
Actually, it's actually pretty good at
it's a
these
good
heroes.
game for it.
That's true.
But is it ever truly a good game for Peel?
I
That's
mean,
what I'm wondering.
Maybe. I think I've seen him win in C once, potentially.
Hmm.
I might have been hallucinating.
When?
I don't know. Maybe like 2 tours ago.
Okay. I was like, it has not been recent.
I know Navi were playing around with it in Tour 1 as well. I mean, this is a very long time ago, but PL's basically gone unchanged since then, so I'm kind of basing his power level like across the whole time.
Okay.
But yeah, he's a great matchup into Terrorblade, and he's pretty. I think his lane is decent against Beastmaster too. I think you are
It's good. No, like
generally forced to go like the Axis building against PL as well.
yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Which is still pretty strong actually. But he's first Eng too, so he's 100% maxing access this game.
Yo.
Oh, it's a good PL game. Like
Okay.
I hate the hero because it's like it has so many counters, right? But it is a niche pick, and you can pick it in some games.
Mhm.
It's not like you have 0 AoE on Rune Eaters, and plus they have one hero to answer it. I wonder if they'll change their last pick here and put Tiny as a support maybe, and pick something to deal with the PL. If they don't, that
Mhm.
just kind of shows that like they don't really care about this PL at all.
Yeah. Like when I said team fight, I also sort of meant like AoE damage / control,
Like
because
the
they don't have
Leshrac we
that.
talked about. right?
Yeah, like that.
Now they could pick the Leshrac. Now
Like-
that's one of the heroes that I said you can actually pick Lesh against.
Yeah. Cause who's actually like clearing these illusions or controlling him? They have Avalanche, and that's about it. He's just gonna go from hero to hero, killing everyone at this point.
So what you're saying is we're going to see an instant Lesh coming out, right?
No, I mean it's their choice. So the Tiny's still fine. They want some AoE. I think Snap is in the pool still. Yeah, that could be fine too. They need some AoE damage. And they can either, there's a Phoenix again, if they want. That
No,
could be-
Phoenix is banned.
Phoenix is, alright.
Look at the ban sphere.
I don't look at the bands, I just
Blind
think
old
of,
man.
I just think of
That's
heroes in
fine.
my head.
That's fine. That's what I'm here for. Phoenix is banned for you.
Thank you. Also, I'm not wearing my glasses, I can't see.
All right. Would you like me to read out all the bans for you?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Dawn, Marcy, Faceless Void, Oracle.
I already forgot.
Medusa.
Okay, fair enough.
Have a nice day.
So I'm curious to
Oh.
see if they're gonna, whatever they pick here, I assume is gonna be some AoE control for PL. It's either gonna be in position of 5, or it's going to be a mid. So choice is ours. Hmm.
Struck my
Great.
brain, you know, just trying to.
I mean, maybe they could just ignore. Yeah, like we said, maybe just ignore that and just do like a Void Spirit. Go really hard on just running around killing people. Get your Roshan with your Beastmaster
Who's picking
TB.
Void Spirit?
Runeers.
No.
No. You don't think they should do that? I've seen some Void
I will
Spirits.
throw
bonk
myself
pucks.
into a river. if
For
they pick
real?
it.
If they pick a
If they
void.
pick him? Oh,
Well,
please.
no, why would they pick Void Spirit here? Like, what's the appeal?
I'm just saying, do you not think it could be cool to just like run from lane to like side? Go
Can't-
play on
it's not
side
the
lanes really
exact same
hard.
thing Tiny does. Like, it's the same playstyle.
He needs a blink to do it though, innit?
Uh,
Crystal Maiden!
But what do they
Oh,
make a
hell
Crystal
yeah.
Maiden?
Hey, I'm so down. I'm so down.
There's their AoE that they chose.
Mm-hmm.
They decided the PL threat
They
is
on the
not
+5.
that bad, where they can just pick. You know, CM does a lot of AoE damage, but it's
Yeah.
definitely not a hard counter to the PL later as the game drags on.
Yeah, he
Yes.
can just simply kill her instantly.
Yes,
It's actually
I have
true.
experienced that firsthand. Alrighty, so then this.
Pause for a Viper.
I was
Yeah.
gonna ask
I know.
you guys to talk about it, but instead I'm actually just gonna bring in Lyrical and Trent. I've had enough of
Okay.
you guys. I'm
Fair
sick
enough.
of you guys. So Lyrical, Trent are getting in here. Lyrical, are you happy with these picks? A PL, a CM, a Axe? Everything's happening.
Woo! Yeah, it's all cool. Yeah, I like it a lot. The CM is really hyped. Trent was saying that he was trying to debate if he liked that or Wyvern more for it, and
Oh, okay.
we both agreed that CM's just cooler. Cooler
That's
than
true.
Winter Wyvern.
He's
They're both
cool.
cooler
I think
guys.
Wyvern's cooler, technically.
Yeah.
Get
Okay.
out of here.
Debatable.
Get
Why
out of here,
is
man.
it?
It wasn't up for debate. All right, it wasn't technical here, but Trent,
Hmm.
for you liked that CM. Then is there anything on Pari Parni you really like?
I mean, the axe is interesting. I've been looking at this hero lately, trying to figure out if he has a place, because he is BKB piercing disable, and with Beastmaster being like picked up banned so early, then you start to look down the line of like your Legion commanders and everything, and you're like, is axe is he still good? My research says no.
But collapse one
he's
with him.
bad.
Come on,
But
Trent.
he's got some stuff this game, right? It's a last pick, so clearly they see something. I'm a little concerned that maybe Pasha is like just digging way back in the past, picking Slardar and Axe, and maybe losing games with last picks for his team.
They definitely have some interesting last picks on the side of Pari Parni, but quickly before we head into game 2, just the team, no reason why. I don't care for anything else.
Rune Eaters.
Perfect, I love it. In unison, they're united. Lyrical and Trent, game 2, please take it away.
Thank you so much, Nat. I love that when both panelists, they just know what they want, and it's all Rune Eaters. Can't say that I disagree that much, but is there any like sort of hope that you got here for Pari Parni? What does that game depend upon? Is it just Pasha?
I mean, do we say that again? I mean, it kind of feels like it. Like, I don't know. I mean, his game should be much easier this time because he has this puck, right? So the puck is able to initiate a little bit more, get some stuff going. He can play a little bit more similarly to how Limitless was able to play last game, where he can be a little bit more AFK, get a couple items without feeling that pressure. Like last game, he ended up playing AFK on the Slardar, but I think that in order to win with that last draft, he had to be more active at inopportune moments, essentially, to try and make up for the draft deficit they were in. This game, maybe he can get a little bit more space and actually try and get some good items and before actually joining the engagement. So we'll see. I also do think that as much as I was like, we're talking during the draft, like, they could pick Crystal Maiden here. She's a bit of a trap, She's always been statistically one of the best heroes versus Phantom Lancer, which is kind of interesting because she lowers the attack speed, so that's going to lower your generation of PL illusions if you're not like doppelgangering and dispelling it off. But, if PL gets his game, he absolutely shreds you. So.
Right. Yeah, and that is the thing to watch for, like how those early like ganks happen, because that's where obviously the CM is sometimes at her strongest. Not even necessarily just ganks, but other stuff too. And CM, the Nova's been buffed multiple times. The most recent one adding up to 5 seconds. So if you can manage to get that in after the doppelganger, it's a pretty freaking significant attack speed slow, which is worthwhile. So something to watch for, definitely. And then, across the rest of the map, I guess the other dynamic is like carry versus carry matchup, PL versus the Terrorblade. I want to watch how that one works out.
Terrorblade supposed to have the edge there, right? Traditionally, he's been like PL usually having the edge there. Like traditionally, whenever people pick Terrorblade, it was like the only time we'd see the Phantom Lancer when he's not having a good patch. And this is sort of one of those situations where people are just like, yeah, it's worth going PL. This time, though, Terrorblade, it has the help of the Crystal Maiden versus the Ench, which is always a pretty good lane counter, so that'll help if they try and use the summons. But at the same time, you're using this impetus as well as the Battle Hunger to just sort of like burn down TA2000. So I don't know how effective the Crystal Maiden. Again, sort of a situation where the pick can be a bit of a trap.
Yeah, well, and that'll be something to watch for, as already taking a lot of damage here, and actually might just be dead. Has Fairy Fire ready, will manage to back away, and as you said, taking that impetus first means No Nature's a tendency to heal right back up to full.
Yeah, and that was without having meta, right? So like, maybe there's like a level 2 play possibly where they could come in,
right?
If you're not careful with your HP pool.
It'll be interesting to see if CM tries to go all in for that Frostbite build, or just gets the Arcane Aura going. Hits level 2 right now, saving the point, so we'll see in a second.
You almost.
But yeah, keeping their eyes on if there's a chance for a kill there. Lane stage so far, things looking pretty even, with the exception of Limitless, who's a little bit behind on the other side, particularly because you see that Ench has been able to get a couple of these last hits along the way. Brisket.
And mid lane, though, Hayes on the Tiny this time versus the Puck, they were willing to go for the counter that we discussed last game. You know, kind of wondering why didn't Pari Parni go for this, having this Tiny versus the Puck, because the lane just ends up pretty even overall. If anything, I usually see Tiny doing better between the two, as you can't really contest his last hit damage. Puck has lost so much right-click damage over the years that it's not really an issue versus many heroes, especially not someone like the Tiny, and it's pretty hard to actually get the kill versus this hero, and you're always under threat of rotations just because you do one bad orb, one bad phase shift, and you suddenly get tossed somewhere.
Right, and it's a pretty huge problem back underneath the tower if you don't got that. And Hayes gonna actually get some pretty good damage there onto Depressed Kid. Again, throws the tree, couple more punches down low, goes for the jaunt forward, and in fact, Depressed Kid's the one that gets first blood. Solo against the Tiny, not bad.
Yeah, he didn't pop that Fairy Fire. I wasn't expecting the Waning Rift right there.
Oh.
Might have been able to survive, and at the same time, though, bottom, they do have the level 2 meta
Wow. And
popped out there for the deeps.
level 2 Nova as well as the Frostbite. So a lot of mana expended, but they secure the kill with it. Dangerous lane.
Yeah, really interesting too by Kaori, because this is something that many people are maxing Frostbite. That's like the go-to build these days. But when you're countering the PL, this is what you're hoping for, is having more points of the Crystal Nova. It's also really good whenever you have like a dual offlane who are playing tight, so you can actually get the damage on multiple heroes. Then obviously that's a crazy amount of value.
Well, in the meantime, after getting that solo kill, Depressed Kid picks up a Rune and is going to head back towards mid lane, a little bit ahead of the Tiny in terms of the levels, and toss afterwards, able to sneak away that Rune, but they bring on in the Enchantress. Does have 2 points up, and Enchant will have a slow in 4 seconds, but doesn't look like they're going to be able to make it happen.
Yeah, but will he hit an Ogre Smash with that Ogre
That's
Bruiser?
a good point.
That's what I want to know.
Cool of you.
Probably not,
Do you have
huh?
a quick lag? No, there's no way. Dude, what if it damaged buildings by a percentage? That would be sick.
All right, slow down now. It's a little bit too intense. It is funny. There's 8% of their current HP. That is comical.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Not for you.
All right, lag has ended. We're back at it. And again, both offlaners a little bit behind. Not a huge issue, as they will take down Immersion up topside. Arrow still battling back and forth here with Monkushi, trying to take down Limitless. And he's got to be careful getting those stacks of axes up. 2 points in it. We'll have another round of axes in another second there, but won't go for any kill.
Yeah, low on some regen here too from Monkushi.
Dire are scanning.
Viper is going to bring him one of his own salves. Will he get the leap in to cancel the salve? Oh, Arrow, he wants it. Yeah. Oh, the doppelganger though. Yeah. He's like, I know that you know that I'm going to do this.
Hold on.
Couple layers.
And in the meantime, Arrow goes out, spinning it. And will they make any type of a move down bottom again here in a little bit? They have Metamorphosis back in 15 seconds. Curry is just trying to pressure whenever possible. And wow.
Chris Main's the one hero you might actually get hit with this thing. You know, you got to be careful.
It's true.
He's not that fast.
Tower is under attack.
Dude, Heaven is just bullying. Just punches. Forced back to the tier 2 tower. Is going to probably just head all the way home. Very annoying. Hayes, Arrow after the Avatos. Couple more punches. Immersion will go down to one last club from Hayes. So Rune Eaters 3-1 to start.
Have I told you that I'm a member of the Church of Marana? I'm a believer. I've been a believer
You've
for
told
like
me a lot about that.
Yeah, for like 3 or 4 seasons now at this point. This hero has been consistently like 65+% win rate. She just wins games. Moonlight Shadow's broken. I was recently watching one of the Alliance videos where they had some of their players talking about it, and then one of the clips, Nico Baby is just like complaining and just getting so mad about Marana. Well, their game's like it's just broke. You can't see anything, you know? Just like they're just gone. It's and that is how it can feel, right? Like, plus of course, if you have any combos with Sacred Arrow, it's gonna be really strong. Honestly, the one issue she has, and I know the Marauder players out there are gonna hear me on this one. The shard, man. I don't know. Ice Frog. We gotta try again. All right, put this one back. Can we find a new shard?
It ain't that great, is it?
No, it just feels strange. Like the extra leap charge is the best part about it for sure. But like the little 150 damage, like that's it. 150.
Listen, that's some bonus damage that you get. Don't complain. You used to not have that.
It's true. You know, that wasn't even there.
Yeah, that's right. No, I agree. It's a pretty weird one. They have left the lane now for TA2000, realizing that it's starting to get a little bit scary down bottom. Pasha trying to get into a Vanguard now and picking up a lot of stats along the way. That Ocean Heart as well.
Down bottom. This is so sad. This is like... I mean, Crystal Bane is like my most played hero, and I hate being the 5 holding the tower as Crystal Bane. You know, you are no Wyvern. You just if they walk into the tower, and you're like, guys, please TP. Please help me. Oh, my man.
He helped him. Hey, there to help. Gets the kill. All right, all right. And now TA2000 shows up. A couple more punches. See, this is how you do it, all you fine folks out there watching. TP to your lane. Help a buddy out.
I mean, you can get rewarded for it just like that, especially when you have 2 points Nova, 2 points Frostbite, just that extra bit of control there. And arrow. Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Tried to make a move, but ends up getting bullied back. So Depressed Kid on a little bit of a tear now. Couple kills after the solo, and Hayes wanting to make something happen there, but won't be able to follow up.
Oh, I see the Pari Parni fans were putting exclamation mark possessed mask in the chat. Well done. Congratulations. You did it. You summoned the item from Unkushi. He needs it. You believers, you did it. Much happier Phantom Lancer player now.
Absolutely. It makes all the difference in the world. So now he can kind of have a little bit of a game similar to a Terrorblade if he needs to. Although TV is still farming in lane after that one kill and the dive that happened from Pasha. This is a nice little window for them. Pari Parni need to shut this down if possible here. But Kyrie also has 6.
Stick, yeah, just one branch.
Dire's top tower is under
I meant
attack.
6, sorry.
Oh, 6. I said stick. Which, you know, he does have a magic stick and an iron branch, so there's multiple sticks happening here.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if I'm too worried about the 6, though.
He's just hiding, trying to soak up XP when it
Dire's
comes on
middle
in.
tower is under attack.
But yeah, both teams seem pretty confident, just sort of farming up, getting into their items. Terrorblade, top of the net worth, all across the board. Rune Eaters just doing that a little bit better.
They need to get the tower on this push down bottom. Like, this is your chance, right? Maybe they'll wait for the catapult wave, but I think that Rune Eaters are pretty unlikely to make another play down here right now. Although they have an Invis Rune on Tiny. I'm sure they'd rather get a little bit of aggro and try and find the PL with it, though.
Immersion, smoked up. The scan connects. And they are just going to walk away with everybody. So they won't manage on Pari Parni to find anybody. And the CM is just sitting bottom, like almost level 7 now. Dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Pasha just wants to farm it up a little bit. You know, maybe go stack some Ancients as he has the Vanguard, get towards his Blink Dagger. And they're not willing to commit with the puck. I guess too worried about some sort of a turnaround play. And part of that being that they have a support Viper, which what do you really do? Like outside the laning stage, like your PL got forced in rather early. So until you have 6 on this Viper, you don't really offer much. I mean, you could go be a body for trying to push that tower, but feels like his presence is needed up top here.
Right. Yeah, just in case they decide to go on Munkushi or something. I mean, this would be the ultimate bad news if they find Munkushi and Viper's not there to save
Sentry,
him.
though. Yeah, it's an Invis rune, so maybe that'll save him.
Nah, they don't realize that. I mean, they have this ward down right here, too. They see it now, and it's not the real PL, so it won't get caught. I mean, I can't help but feel like you're still denying so much farm on the map right now. As they will TP out with 1. Heads on back towards mid, farms that out. Continuous pressure, and Kyrie just still sitting bottom. Dude is digging away, farming. He's having a good old time. They
He
find
went
him
the
now.
wrong way this time, though.
Kaori just gonna pop the ultimate. They don't have a way to break him. Akuchi has to doppelganger to get out of there. And they kill off the edge creep. I'll show you to come to my lane.
All right, Kaori's a boss. It's like every time I make some declaration about him, he's just like, nope, no, I got this. Ulti, no stuns. Nothing there in time. Give me that bonus armor. Now he's running at Munkushi.
Yeah, he doesn't care. Dude, CM is dangerous. Well, very little has happened. And yeah, I know. He's
Why is he
crazy.
level 8?
Because they've just had this. I mean, he's almost ahead of the
same
axe.
level as Munkushi.
That ain't great. Limitless does look to be caught here. Trying to get away without having to teep or use the coil, and they will manage that. Pasha also catching all of the creeps. Getting close to blink.
They're going to smoke up the Tiny and the Mirana. And his Kaori's going to be looking for some obs, but nothing found. And they don't really want immersion. They're hoping for something better than this.
They did just get it, actually. So they think that there's an observer ward up there because she still had vision from the sentry she plays.
Oh, that's brutal.
Oh, no. So that means they're going to buy a sentry and put it there. Yikes. Well, tier 1 tower mid's going to go down. Everything coming up Rune Eaters right now. Although, again, it's not a significant gold lead. It might be in a second here. Hayes finds one. Immersion dead.
They waited so long for that. And this is so great for Arrow because, well, the Arrows have really good setup. I mean, Hayes can just go for the blink toss play like that, nice and stationary, and also going to have the roars. So Arrow can essentially run the line back and forth between Tiny and Beastmaster and just sync up for kills. And you have lots of magic bursts versus an Enchantress, but let's say, oh, yeah, they got her.
Arrow.
Right,
Connects.
right, totally got her.
Oh,
Yep.
the heals, Nature's Attendants, they kill off Kaori. And that's a nice little chunk of gold there. Depressed Kid's still pretty low. And has a jump away in a moment, although the dunk comes out in time. Hayes misses
Nice
the
phase
avalanche.
shift.
Absolute devastation for Rune Eaters. We're doing so well before. Just missed all their spells.
Dire's top tower is under
So many
attack.
nice plays, and then just a couple mistakes, a little bit of greed. Chasing after an edge, hoping to get those kills. I mean, this Mirana has gone pretty heavy into the damage, right? No points in the Moonlight Shadow, has 2 arrow,
This'll come in
4
handy.
Star Storms. You can understand why you're like, I'm going to get this edge this time. But, you know, one more Weedy for breakfast maybe would have helped. Could have got that little bit of damage, but instead, Ench heals right up. Now she's got Treads, and is that Lance done? My goodness.
That is.
It's a tanky Ench.
That's true. I mean, CM wasn't the only one farming, apparently. This is an interesting one. And, you know, the other dynamic that exists here is Ench being able to take over TB illusions. There's some cool things that they can do on Pari Parni here. But Smoke looking for a pick off. Press Kid will head into this area. They spot him immediately, although yeah, they dropped down the ward and that was scouted out.
Oh, right back at it then from Rune Eaters, huh?
Looks like it.
We're going to
They
kill
can
the edge
rush.
creep. Yeah, they're moving in. They got 3 points in the aura. They have the Helm of the Overlord. And what are your options for fighting here for Pari Parni? You have yourself an Axe Blink, obviously pretty huge. Nether Toxin, also nice in these situations when they're all inside the pit. But, yeah, not going to be there with any semblance of haste. And they'll just get themselves a tier 1
Radiant
bottom in
structures
exchange.
are fortified.
Yeah, they were trying to send in that Harpy Scout from the edge, but Frostbite comes out and Creep will go down afterwards. So Hayes picking up that Aegis, and importantly, TA2000 not having to use Metamorphosis for that objective. So we'll see what Rune Eaters decide to do the next couple of minutes. The game is looking pretty in their control in terms of the strength that they have right now, but the big victory eventually is going to have to be probably Pasha with that Blink BKB as he's working on it.
Well, the vision from Pari Parni, they had an idea of where they are right now. They actually saw CM over there. And they still have a ward up on the high ground of that dire jungle. So if they travel back up there, Pari Parni could be looking for a decent initiation. Now the Hawk is out here and scouts out everyone
Radiant's bottom
on the side of
tower
Pari
is
Parni.
under
Great
attack.
Hawk.
Just outside of vision of that sentry, actually. They jump in, they find the CM, able to catch her, and will be there for the call and the kill. No extra armor stacks though. But Abba, toss, arrow, connection, immersion, in trouble, tries to save, gonna come too late, taunt afterwards. And the follow-up metamorphosis, now looking for the slowdown. Pasha in some trouble there, Moonlight, and Abba toss back, right on top of arrow. Pasha gonna die. So just like that, was looking good with the CM kill, turns around rapidly.
Yeah, the creep wave is coming mid if they wanted to do something, but they just want to rush in and take territory instead. Get some sentries down, reclaim these areas. They found a stack of ancients as well. The axe had farmed or had stacked up there, so they're gonna say thank you very much. I'll take some of that. And Phantom Lancer sort of farms towards their base before TPing back up top.
Yeah, they get a couple of those neutrals too along the way. So Rune Eaters still looking pretty solid, but the PL, he's getting larger. Diffusal done. Yasha trying to get into the Manta next. Do you still see some good potential fights coming out later for Pari Parni? How's the game looking from their point of view?
My main concern is that the Axe doesn't have a great partner. Axe and Puck do fairly similar things. So like you kind of hope that with these heroes you might have something like a Lion or like Rune Eaters have the Mirana, where if you get the grab you actually have the burst damage to get the full kill. We've seen them get the kill on a Crystal Maiden. With both the Axe and the Puck jumping on them, right? Like, ideally, you're hoping to have just, like, one core plus, like, 1 or 2 supports maybe to get these kills. Now, that being said, you know, as Heaven has 4 points in the Impetus, that damage is starting to stack up, so maybe the Ench is enough of that burst as long as you have the control element there. So, that is definitely solid. But, you know, it's a little bit lacking in damage, I would say. At least, like, AoE damage and everything during these fights. Until PL gets, like, those big items and he sort of, like, snowballs through the fight where it just gets overwhelming.
Yeah, that timing is going to come later, but you can't imagine a world where, like, Heart PL, something like that, you're just going to be able to survive through it. And maybe that's a time when the CM, I mean, she's been given so much space going in early for this Aghanim Shard. It's pretty valuable. I mean, even just like the you know, total number of explosions increasing is really good against the PL, the Freezing Field.
Yeah, it's got a lot of buffs. Her ulti was always like, it kind of felt like a bit of a meme, and like some of her later talents are pretty weird with it too. Like like you get the Freezing Field damage, then this Aghanims is I don't know, it feels kind of unreliable whenever you play with it, but if you have Shard and, you know, BKB and stuff, it can be something there. But obviously we're not looking for those this game. She just wants a few more explosions to blow people up here, as Pari Parni looking for someone to blow up as they're smoked up moving into their triangle here. There is vision here from Rune Eaters though.
Kaori, they kind of underneath arrow afterwards, but going to drop. Same time, Limitless manages to get the tier 1 tower, so you know they lose the CM for the tower. I think you're still okay with that as Rune Eaters.
Yeah, and that was a smoke too, Pari Parni, so I found that they do have more smokes though. They want to keep moving through. Immersion gets a great stack there for his PL as well. Snuck him in there, and we'll get the D ward on the high ground. So Immersion having a bit of a slow and weird game. I'm sure he's just like kind of annoyed, honestly. It doesn't look like a lot of fun. Like I had to be handed this hero, and you know, this guy used to be like one of the best 4 players in the region. Very crafty, very high skill APM Earth Spirit player. And this whole game, he's just a ward bot walking around trying to stack and ward for his team.
I mean, he's not even walking. He's just sort of floating there on the Viper, you know?
It's slow. It's a slow crawl.
Right.
He's the slug.
Well, Roche, let's see, it's a minute left on this Aegis, and is going forward for Echo Saber on Haze. But as they just get tankier and tankier on this Terrorblade, it does feel like there's going to be a window before PL really comes into his own when Terrorblade might be able to just out-deeps him for a little while here. Could be a scary time.
Yeah, especially when it often will come down to the lockdown as well. And what sort of counterplays do we have to this Terrorblade? Like, getting him inside the call would be great. That would certainly be an ideal situation. So something that Pasha, I'm sure, will be looking for. And then see if they can get the continued disable to make sure there won't be a Sunder. Because right now, he's still working with no dispels. And outside of that, there's also not many like defensive saves outside of like some sort of like a toss back or something. They essentially have to try and overwhelm with their offensive power to keep the Terrorblade up and fighting. And maybe there is something there if they get the call where they can get the final kill using pretty much everything. And if they do blow up the TB, then how does it look after that? At that point, it's kind of on PL, right? Because everyone else will be a little bit spent, and the PL needs to do the big chase down. But that's one of the things that PL is best at as a hero. So
For sure.
it can work. I will say that I think Rune Eaters in the 5v5 still looks a bit stronger at the moment.
The prize is mine.
Yeah, they have that definitely if it comes down to those fights. I mean, as long as, like, you know, they're not getting picked off right at the start. We've seen CM die right at the beginning a couple of times. Although she does have the shard now. And on top of that, a smoke broken by Pari Parni by the puck. They will have a Hawk up high and, well, dive bomb onto Pasha. Not going to go toss back. Okay, maybe they are going to go for more. Avalanche, a little bit off the mark. Arrow, everything dropped. And, well, he just died. That is the tankiest hero that they have, and he didn't stand a chance.
Oh, you know what? If I'm not mistaken, I think that Axe Call also doesn't cancel your freezing field when you buy Shard.
Oh.
I think that's an interaction. There's a couple spells like that where they no longer cancel it because like you can still walk and attack, right? Once you have the shard for your ulti, so that's pretty cool for this game.
So the only thing he has to be worried about then is the waning rift, pretty much. Interesting.
Yeah. Or an edge creep.
Hayes takes some punches. Illusions on top of him. Tries to walk away. Kaori there gonna walk right up close and personal, find and kill. But they do lose Hayes afterwards. That's as the Aegis expired about a minute ago. And in the jungle, trying to find an angle. Thought Pasha might go for him. Instead, it's Viper dead too. T2000 gets it with the illusions. Kaori will get called, will get killed.
Yeah, and I'm talking about like supports not having the burst damage right away in the earlier parts of this game, but Entra's now reached that stage.
Yeah.
Oh, the press kid was worried about getting arrowed out of that Yule, so he actually orbed towards the base. Now he wants back in.
For the kill. He's angry.
That was nice.
In my presence?
Jeez.
I mean, he's still in essence right too. He was fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was 7 attacks on the Tiny from the Ench for 1,000 pure damage. So yeah, she's there now. You know.
Yeah, they no joke.
That's before the pike.
Depressed Kid is absolutely coming to his own over the last couple of minutes. Level 20 now. 3 levels ahead of the next highest with the Sanjin Kayadun and then also a Witchblade.
So much in this game now. 10 seconds until the potential Roche spawn.
Right.
You get that on this PL and, you know, Heart and Aegis. Oof. I would not want to try and deal with this guy twice.
Oh, Pasha. Not
problem.
again.
Arrow?
Oh, this was the arrow. And he had the BKB, but it's back home. He ends up dying. Another kill onto this axe. Oh,
Good news.
Man.
It's a 2-minute Roche spawn. So
Okay.
they won't be punished, at least by that. That would have been pretty rough for them. And the meanwhile, they are getting a lot of farm on the map. Makushi's just like clearing up bottom. Heaven's taking care of most of the jungle. Now going back up top. So not necessarily the worst situation overall, just because you're not losing Roche. And as you said, he just got the BKB too. So now they're going to be able to smoke up after this, moving towards that Radiant sort of like Roche and Triangle area. Try and get some vision down and prep themselves for the eventual Roche engagement. And how does that engagement look where it's good for Pari Parni? That is the question.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one. I mean, I guess call is going to be the main thing if they can find it on the right target. But
Who can they kill during
tough.
call? Yeah, like who can we kill that's like valuable enough? I mean, either support honestly would do quite a bit of work, and they're both really squishy still.
The mana drain on Terrorblade might be enough. I don't know, 100 for Metamorphosis. You'd have to get to 1200. That's tough. I don't know. We'll see. No matter what,
Like-
it's looking a little bit rough.
It is Pike on Edge, and that is a crazy amount of damage. So
Yeah.
those 5 attacks are going to be like 800 pure damage or more.
Also, getting Nether Toxin down on Beastmaster will make a pretty big difference. Breaking that inner beast.
Mm-hmm.
But the game continues, and Munkushi keeps on farming. He's getting closer. He's got the heart just about completed now.
Look
So
at
is
the
this the
positioning.
point where it's enough?
Yeah, look how they're standing right now on Rune Eaters. Like they kind of are given the same read where they know this is about Roche right now, and so they have the CM up front to break smokes. They have Arrow to follow up with like Yules and just chucking out the arrows. Tiny's close by while still farming. They're not getting much on the map right now though, by holding the static positioning. Now, of course, their Hawk was there, scouting Roche the whole time, so they see it spawn. They're instantly into the pit, and because they were so patient and they're able to just immediately respond to this, it's less likely that Pari Parni get here in time.
Getting together though. Smoke up as 5. Roche
They went
down
all
low.
in for this Roche. They knew
Yeah,
this.
they pop meta. They're gonna get here a second too late, I think. Pasha was right about there. He's just outside of range. They're even popping the CM ulti to stop them from going any further. Munkushi gets arrowed. Hayes finds him right at the start. Toss out to the side. Actually, keeping him alive. A bit of a weird toss there, but TA2000 is still so strong. It doesn't matter. They don't even need to kill the PL. Everybody else is just dead.
It's fine. Yeah, he
I
tried
thought
to
he was
toss
gonna
it to the
toss him.
Marana, and she was leaping. That's what
Yeah.
happened, I think.
I thought he was going to toss him to the CM. That would have been hype.
Yeah, I think he was trying to toss him like into the arrow, you know?
Yeah.
Trying to do some cool plays, but he had already been arrowed, so it was like a little bit weird. Maybe he was just wanted some sweet Marana burst damage, but it doesn't matter. Play works out. They get the Roche, and again, that all comes back to the way they just sort of position themselves. They said, this is the one thing that we need for our game to go really well, and we're just going to sit here. We're going to use our Beastmaster vision. Crystal Main's going to pop the smokes, and we will wait. And we're missing out on gold. Our economy is suffering because of this, but we know how important this key objective is, and so we're just planting.
Yeah. Really nice play by Corey there, too, to just, as soon as the smoke popped on the CM, just immediately ulti to break TPs. Or blinks, rather.
Yeah, just let it rip. It is really good for that.
Well, still not a substantial gold differential, but there is a, pretty substantial lead that they get with having the Aegis and also Shard picked up on Tiny. Pasha? God, that illusion does a ton. Just chunks them.
The next round of neutrals come out with some spider legs. Always a good one.
Yep, yeah.
Probably for Beastmaster. Oh, Tiny actually wants to keep them. Okay.
Interesting.
Where are you going?
Yeah, I guess if
sorry.
you're going high ground.
All's even. We got them on both sides.
Has the Shard completed on Hayes now, too, from the Roche. So we'll start to get some pretty good damage here with the BKB done, and a very nice timing overall for Rune Eaters.
Yeah, now Pari Parni need to win some fight where Depressed Kid stays alive and try and catapult him up to that level 25. Since you can't purchase your way out of BKBs anymore with the eggs, you have to get to that level 25, but he's already well ahead on the levels, as you were saying before. So there is a chance that these BKBs, before they're even like burnt out, could be countered by this puck.
Yeah, that would be good. And he does also, I mean, he's going to be able to get one of these tomes, I think, at 30 minutes, too. I imagine they give that to him.
Yeah, already 23.
Is that a Lincoln or a Lincoln's or a Lotus coming out? Oh, it's Lincoln's for Puck. Okay.
Allies disappear.
Quality game for it. Heaven in trouble here. Not sure if they're going to wait for a bigger kill. They'll just take it. Tries to get the Pinecone Raider, the War Pine Raider. Sorry, I didn't get the proper name in the way in time of the arrow, but not happening.
Chase him down, get the kill, and continue to dominate this map. Yeah, this is a bit of a rough one here. They get the Lincolns completed. Prescott will bring that one out afterwards. Kaori chasing.
Pasha. Yeah, he was under that ward for so long.
Wow. 4,000 gold lead now, and still we've yet to really see a fight come out here. Oh, they're all under a Hawk right now too.
The
Not
Orchid
gonna
is
go
now
for
done for
anything.
Mankushi, though.
Okay.
And TA2000 still with nothing to deal with it. He is now queuing up a Satanic. So that will give him something, but perhaps that'll be their answer. Maybe that'll sort of save them here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Coil. Chase. Arrow. Goes down. Depressed
Okay, this
kid.
I like. Because, like, just get one kill and now try... Oh my god, okay. All right, he got the tome. That was kind of interesting. The Culling
cool.
Blade, the Courier. I was kind of hoping they would, like, fight, I guess, and try and get another pick off while they were missing a hero using the Axe Initiation, but then you're also willingly fighting into a Terrorblade Aegis, which might not be the best idea, so he'd just rather take this Courier kill.
Hey, man, he gets armor for that.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
There you go.
Gotta get what you can get. Well, still, there's a the window's gone. Maranda's about to respawn again. But Aegis, with that expiring, I imagine this next one is going to be where we see Rune Eaters just try and break the high ground. They've already taken one of the tier 3 towers, but they're very content going later stages and do not seem that concerned with Mankushi.
I mean, T2000 does have the Satanic already as well, so obviously farming very swiftly. You know, you develop an answer in the Orchid to maybe get a surprise fight win or something, where he's not paying attention with his Sunder and doesn't realize that he's disabled, and he's already out of that. Plus, also having the Titan Sliver makes that really difficult to deal with, because this guy has plus 20% base damage with this item, which
Radiant's
is ridiculous on
bottom
someone like
tower is under
Terrorblade.
attack.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I mean, and this is the problem. They need that, like, true strike that comes with the Bloodthorn, too, because right now you've got the evasion coming out from the butterfly.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So many things that are really difficult for them to deal with. The Press Kid, he's pushing out this bottom lane, still not quite level 25, but getting
Dire's
there.
middle tower is under attack.
And
Radiant's
he's
bottom
super
tower
close. Another
is
wave's
under
about to spawn
attack.
here as well. He's getting a lot of pressure on this tower. That's an edge creep. That's plus 82 damage. Swinging away.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
And
He's running away here.
Moonlight
Another 30
Shadow.
seconds. Oh, they're smoking and Moonlight Shadowing. He doesn't have the
Radiant's
base like
bottom
this.
tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
they're ready to go.
That is the 20% evasion as well versus the Ench. That could be huge.
Dire's structures
And versus
are
the PL. Honestly, the Moonlight Shadow evasion could come into play here. But not this
First.
time as it is expiring.
Just drops the Viper Strike, but they go in immediately. Mankushi in some trouble. Roar. Force Staff keeping him alive, though. Not bad. Meanwhile, the CM ulti immediately taken off. In some trouble. Have they gone too far? Rune Eaters, again, they only lose the CM.
They have to chase,
actually,
right?
Pasha's almost dying to that illusion. Came very close to going down. I mean, with Axe so low, I don't know if they can anymore.
What was he dying to? I wasn't even watching.
The TB illusion. It's just too
Wow.
strong.
Okay. I was looking like, okay, they're out of stuff. Like, this is your chance to chase a little bit here. But what I think they did really well right there from Rune Eaters was focusing the buildings, because they had great options. Like, they had the Roar and an Arrow, I believe, landed on the Phantom Lancer. But the Force Staffs pushed them way back to the tier 4, so it's going to help them out. And they're not able to get the finish. And that Bloodthorn is just, well, it is done. Might be trying to save it for buyback first, though.
Right.
Oh, no, he's going to send it out.
You got to go all in for this. I mean, they need to get something here. The game, if it continues in this fashion, it's going to look really rough. And with meta down,
Radiant's
this is a
middle
window
tower
for
is
them.
under attack.
Oh, this is tough, though. I mean, you have to deal with the Hawks potentially just stunning you and leading to that big, fast initiation that we're seeing. Like, just like Hawk into Roar and Arrow. Very hazardous. And, well, the Hawks will fly now. Has the gem, though.
Pari Parni, they send out these illusions. Mankushi ready to go, finds himself an ancient creep. And it looks like that one is close to dead, 40 HP, and it barely gets away.
He
But-
bloodthorned that, too.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he didn't. Sorry, it was just the debuff. Okay, I was really confused. I saw, like, the little thing. I was like, oh, wait, that's the Maze Slayer debuff. We're good. We're good.
Wow. Still very even in terms of net worth.
Radiant's middle tower
In
is
terms of
under
the state of the
attack.
game, with the racks up, Rune Eaters feeling pretty good about themselves at this point. It's about 60% win probability, but I guess again it all comes down to how these fights break out, and you know, you find
Dire's
themselves a
middle
nice
tower
angle
is
with
under
the
attack.
Dreamcoil Pierce's spell immunity. Things could start looking better for them.
What do you think about Hayes carrying the gem on Tiny?
Radiant are scanning.
I like it.
Interesting.
He feels strong.
Is anyone escaping with Invis though? Like he's just the D-warder?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Call. Avatos Pasha. He is not ready for that one at all. And now they find Munkushi. Force Staff keeping him alive again. Immersion. Ghost Scepter wants to walk away. But Arrow going to leap forward. Yule Scepter lift up. They aren't going to go for Munkushi any further. Instead, just take down this Enchantress. Godlike TA2000, who has gone 9-0 into just a flawless game from this Terrorblade. But Depressed Kid trying to stall it out. There's still 2 catapults though. Oh, Trent, this is looking rough for him. Pari Parni just don't have the damage.
No, they need the good jump if they have any hope here. So that's the buyback from Axe. He is their one hope, Obi-Wan.
Trying to chase it, looking for his angle. Pasha wants to find him. Coil is out, and they will break through that one. So long duration stun. Munkushi right on top of Hayes. Gets him for the kill. Pasha blinks in, but can't find anybody else. So they managed to find the Tiny, and they get the gem.
Haste.
You'd think it would be safe with the Rockman, but he's the one who ends up dropping it. So,
True.
I mean, obviously some base damage has been done here from Rune Eaters, taking a little bit more out of the top there. But overall, you drive them back. The game's not over. I consider that a pretty decent win at this point. And Munkushi also getting close to farming up his buyback, and the Roche. Oh man, it's instant.
Oh no.
That was like, I looked away for like a second. Must have been very, very quick. And that's an Aghanims to go this Aegis this time.
Oh wow, that is
what do you like?
So frustrating.
You like Terror Wave?
Yeah, I think Terror Wave is the way to go. Surely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And suddenly 10k above PL. Oh jeez, and he's going for the full Swift Blink too. He has it completed.
What's
wow.
how we say? Dota 2 is a fair and balanced game. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Sometimes, you know, the Roche just spawns right away. You get an Aghanims. And the team has a very hard time fighting you.
After all those holds.
That's so good versus PL too. Like just like the AoE factor.
CM also has the BKB now. Ow. Okay. Game has gotten significantly harder for Pari Parni.
Do you remember that time that Poppy bought a heart on Crystal Maiden?
We do actually, yeah.
That's like one of the 2 games I will never forget the itemization. It was Poppy bought a heart on a Crystal Maiden, and I was just like, what? And when Sumail bought Armlet on Wind Ranger. So it was those 2 games. They'll never. Oh, okay. Well, and the first Eternal Envy E-Blade Gyro. That was a good one too.
You know, you're building up the list of them pretty quickly here.
I know. There's not many though.
Okay.
Some ended up being a little bit better than others.
That's definitely true. Well, the Pterodactyl goes out again. They spot the Puck Courier, actually, and it immediately dies. Depressed Kid, a little bit sadder today. Although he can actually just get over to the secret shop here and finish it off. Just wants to get the Octarine Core done.
They're back. They're knocking.
They're ready. Octarine Core done. 56 seconds on the coil. But can they find the right fight for themselves? Munkushi jumps in, takes down the Ancient Ice Shaman. Doppelganger jumps away, gets out of there.
Okay.
Good call. Connects onto both. Where's the follow-up? Do they have enough? Terror Wave out. Everybody's feared. Immersion down low. Munkushi already down to about a 3rd HP. Has to run the hell out of there. Pasha's going to get caught. He's going to get killed. And can they bring down the CM? They will just barely manage to do it. CA2000 under fire. Munkushi focusing down the rest of them. Does not want to take out that Aegis first, but ignoring a Terrorblade. Do it at your own peril as they finally find the real PL. And I think he is about to go down right here. A couple more hits. The avalanche, the kill, a triple. Going for a bit more. Why not? Depressed Kid is doing as much work as he possibly can here. Can they find any way to break it? No. So they get out on the Terrorblade. A great fight for Depressed Kid, but a little bit better for Rune Eaters.
Man, Depressed Kid was everywhere. He tried so hard that fight. I thought he might have like bought back or something. I was looking at this because he was just in and out. He was low HP, zipping back and forth, trying his hardest. He's even now hunting at the moment because he knows that this is the state of game he's in. With his E-Blade, oh, the leap though. Very well done.
Nicely played by Arrow. Yeah, I mean, they need everything that they can get here. It's actually ahead of the PL in terms of farm. I guess it's because this is what you have to do on this hero right now is just split push like crazy.
I mean, he's 11-0-7. Like, he's doing his best. You really can't ask much more from the press kid in this game. And, well, his other carry.
Oh, in trouble, and the Hawk out, but able to dodge it. Didn't get hit by the Terror Wave. They walk away. Depressed Kid also might get out of this. Jaunt, do they have a way to escape? Yule Scepter, blink up in a moment, and gets out of there. Oh my god, now the coil. Wait, a turn. Dude, Depressed Kid, what a god. The E-Blade saves himself. Makushi picks off another couple on the way.
Dude, the Stormcrafter, all the tools.
This guy's good.
This guy's good. He's chasing.
Looking for more. Kaori's dead. Now they're trying to find themselves a couple more kills on the way out. They take down the Ancient Creep. Now, the problem is their base is dying.
She died in the well to his Witchblade.
Oh, God. So insane.
Oh, Depressed Kid. He chased her down. They got the gem. They just cut 5K out of this lead, and that's the fight you need when you have the Phantom Lancer, right? That's the worst case scenario when you fight versus this hero, where you go in and you think you got it, and the Terror Wave goes off, and you're like, we're going to get these guys. But then they barely escape, and then they crawl back out of the ground like zombies and just chase you down while you're out of spells. And now his army, this is what I want them to look like when they're delivering a package to my door. I want them knocking this hard. You know what I'm saying? Why do they always just leave a note and they're just like, oh yeah, we tried. Like, no, do this. I want to see this many people at my door banging on things.
Where are you going?
This has gotten very personal all of a sudden, but I can feel your pain, and so can Rune Eaters right now. They're staring down the barrel of poor packaging, and a Rex is going to go down here in a second. Pari Parni, they find an opening for themselves, and again, like some of the way that starts too is Heaven getting in range to pop that Force Staff for the save.
The saves have been incredible.
Gold.
Honestly, like Immersion even as well. Like, I talk about how he's having this awful game. He's 0-8-9. Surely he's not having that much fun, but you just. Sometimes when your hero's bad, your items have to be better. And that Force Staff has just been so clutch to keep this game going for them.
They had to have it happen. And you get a couple more items that are now coming online. The most important thing I'm seeing here is the buyback status. CM, the only one on Radiant with a buyback. TB just bought out. And we've still got a couple of minutes left on PL, Viper, and Axe. So a couple things to watch for.
I don't know, man. This is like demo mode Terrorblade, though. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Yes, everything, you know? Some theory crafting the build. Like, oh, yeah, this is it. This is what I want. So, and Puck barely surviving that last Terror Wave as well. You have to, surely he's going to die during this Terror Wave.
Let's see. Jumps forward, call there. Onto one. Can they kill him right at the start? The Terror Wave connects on everybody. TA2000 trying to take down the edge. I don't know if that's the hero that they need to kill right at the start. Coil is down. Good chunk of damage, but there is nothing there. No reveal. The gem was already taken away. Coil. Oh, excuse me. Press Kid just moving in. E-Blade dead. Looking for more. Dagon back off cooldown 15. Depressed Kid hunting. Finds TA2000. Lincoln's already popped. Trying to find it. Kushi right on top of him. The buyback comes from the CM, but the turn is in trouble. Terrorblade needs to get the hell out of here. They've got a ton of damage E-Blade, which means they can't hit him anymore. TA2000 low, and TA2000 dead. Dead for so long with no buyback. Depressed Kid. Gold apiece. They got this. Pari Parni running down lanes, ready to end this. 3 heroes dead. Where's your buyback, y'all?
Is there anything worse than losing to a Phantom Lancer like this?
It hurts. Pasha, get out of here. Well, Limitless, they're right on target as they bring him down a triple kill. 2 rounds of buyback, put 1,400 gold away. They got all the time in the world. 70 seconds. Can they finish it off? They pop the glyph. They want to slow this.
It's tiny.
Maybe some toss-back plays. It's so hard. This fight is impossible. Dude, off the back of Depressed Kid, 16-0-10. What a monster. more round. Jumps in, finds himself a target. Hayes is there to press kid hunting. There is no salvation for you here, sir.
They don't even need that kill.
Down,
They just
go
want it.
in for the throne. Pari Parni, some fight left in him.
Oh man, I was ready to just, you know, kind of chuck this axe out the window too, just like the Slardar. Like, oh my god. But Apache, though, the face of relief of just like, whew, we made it to a point where my hero, very, very relevant. Humongous calls at the end of the game. He definitely had some rough ones in the mid game, but there's only so many heroes in the game that can do something like that. And the AoE calls he was getting on both the Tiny and the Terrorblade multiple times were huge. Because they sort of like forced the pop of all these defensive items, and they were bad pops of defensive items. They were like, I have to BKB in a situation where I'm in trouble, where I'm not the aggressor as Rune Eaters, right? And when that happens, then Pari Parni are able to retreat, then they get the fight back. It was like the pincer, you know, where they let them kind of fall in and they collapse from the sides, and that's the Phantom Lancer and the puck. Depressed Kid, though, I mean, you know, I'm not usually the one to shout out. I try and highlight the support players, but there's some games where you got to be like, God damn. 17-0-10, just didn't die enough with the puck. Like, literally can't ask for anything more than that. He made so many plays past what he should have been able to do.
I mean, it was insane. I don't think I've seen a puck performance that good, like ever, almost. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of them throughout the history of Dota, but that's up there. That was really, really good. 54,000 damage dealt throughout the course of that game. But some of it was like the damage taken too, right? He's more than like any two players on his team. Is more. I mean, I can't do math that well, but he did a lot of damage, man. Jeez, Trent. Anything else before we go to a quick break that sticks out? Like Rune Eaters now. I mean, do you think that they've got what it takes to like collect themselves? A lot of young players on this team.
That's a tough one because it's not just a loss. It's a loss of like, man, shouldn't we have won this game? Like, weren't we like way ahead? Didn't this game feel completely in the bag? And this is why you got to respect some of those counters where, like, you know, Phantom Lancer, he's got issues, but this was a perfect highlight of once you hit that point, you see why it's a counter to the Terrorblade because he just couldn't fight the PL anymore. He didn't have the options to do it, and that's with the Terrorwave. Like, they just did such a good job playing around it. So collect themselves mentally, look to game 3, and just say, listen, we won 2 games. We just need to win a 3rd one, okay? Just there's a little asterisk next to it. That's all.
There you go. Best of 5. That's apparently the new thing that we're in. But yeah, game 2 going the way of Pari Parni against the odds. And now we're going to go to a quick break. When we get back, the panel will break down the insanity. Let us know what the recipe is for success in game number 3. But first, quick break. See you all in a bit.